Good morning, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to another video. Throughout this video, I'm going to be talking about some of the truck EDC gear that I have picked up from Harbor Freight, kind of on a budget-minded scale, stuff like that. Throughout this video, all the stuff that I picked up, I have my receipt from Harbor Freight right here that I will be referencing to be able to let y'all know the prices of stuff and, you know, stuff like that should y'all want to go pick up anything that I mentioned here in this video. None of this stuff is sponsored. I bought all this with my own money, everything like that. Don't have to worry about anything. At the end of the video, I do have some stuff that I'm gonna go pick up today that I'm gonna mention in the video, but I don't have it physically here. But I will, we'll talk about that once we actually get to it. But getting into number one, which is just basically what I'm gonna be putting everything into, and that is this quote unquote tactical ammo box is what they call it. Looks more like a toolbox to me. It's got this opening in the top to where I can put some small stuff in. If I open it, it's got this little section right here that I'll probably just toss because I don't plan on needing it. However, it looks more like a toolbox to me. It came in at $11.99, so I was debating between this and a 50 cal ammo can, but this one had a lot more space in it, and it was, I think, right around the same price anyway. So I went ahead and got this. Now moving on to number two. And number two is this air wedge and leveling tool, which is basically just a little bladder. It kind of works like a blood pressure cuff to where you put it. What I use it for is I slide it down into a car door if I'm needing to unlock somebody's car door that they lock their keys in. Slide it down in between the door and the frame, blow it up, and it'll expand to where you can kind of get a gap to be able to stick a tool down in between the door and the frame to be able to get the keys out of their car. Now, this says that it's rated for 300 pounds, and the way that it is advertised is like if you're trying to fix a door or something like that, like just a bedroom door or something, you can put it under, kind of pump it up to where it'll level the door to where you can screw it in, all that kind of good stuff. I use it more in a, somebody's locked out of their car kind of scenario. That's just what I find it works best for, but you can use it for that other thing too. Now this normally comes in at $16.99. However, I found it on sale for $12.99, so I went ahead and picked it up. However, I actually just used this this morning of making this video, and it worked absolutely awesome for getting somebody's keys out of their car that they locked in there. So I can 100% say with 100% certainty, this does work. I used it just this morning and it worked absolutely awesome for unlocking the car door. I had it, I think, open within 5 minutes. So this does work. Now, number three on the list is this tubeless tire repair kit. This is one thing that I haven't needed yet. However, it's one of those things that you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Now this looks like it comes with 5 plugs that you can stick down in the tire. Comes with the tool to actually stick it down in there, as well as the reamer to be able to kind of open up the hole in the tire to where you can fit the plug down in there. It also comes with a knife to be able to cut any excess off. It looks like just a little razor blade, and then some rubber cement to kind of solidify everything to make sure there's no more leaks in the tire. Now this comes in at $6.49, and this is one of those things where not one specific type of person needs it. This is good for literally anybody that has a vehicle. Buy one of these, learn how to use it and everything, and then if you say run over a nail, whatever it may be, you get a hole in your tire, you can repair it yourself on the spot until you can get somewhere to where you can get a new tire. Now they do make more upgraded versions of this. They have one that comes in a toolbox. I think it's like 40 bucks or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but they do make bigger ones to where if you find yourself getting called a lot to be able to repair people's tires, maybe you want to start charging people for it, whatever, they do make a bigger, more upgraded version of this, which I will leave like a little screenshot of down on the screen somewhere. Now moving on to the next thing. The next thing is just some bungee cords. Now, this is one of those things you just, when you need them, you need them. Normally it's just tying down something in the bed of your truck or something like that. So I went ahead and picked up a small thing of these. This one comes with two 10-inch long bungee cords, two 18-inch long, one 24-inch long, and then one 36-inch long. And this came in at, normally it comes in at $3.99. I found it on sale for $2.99, so I went and picked it up. And later on today, when I go back to Harbor Freight to get the rest of the stuff I'm going to mention later, I probably will go ahead and pick up some of the bigger, more sturdy bungee cords. I have a battery in the bed of my truck that I have lights hooked up to on my camper topper. So I'm going to need something to kind of hook that down to where it doesn't slide back and forth. So I probably will go ahead and pick up some of those. But for right now, these I have just in case I ever need them. Next up on the list is this recovery strap. This is 3 inches wide by 30 feet long, and this is rated at a 9,000 pound working load. This one, I will say, if I had it at the time, would have come in very handy. Either last winter or the winter before last, I had just gotten off of work, got a call from a buddy of mine, and he ended up getting stuck in the snow. We're in North Dakota. When it snows here, it snows a lot. He got stuck, needed somebody to go pull him out, so I hopped in the truck, went and pulled him out, and we literally only had like a little rink-a-dink rope to be able to pull him out. It ended up working. However, it took a lot longer than it would have if I had something like this. So while I was thinking about building out my truck EDC kit, having the right tool for the right job is paramount, and that's kind of where my mindset was when I decided to pick one of these up. If you're somebody that gets called relatively frequently to pull somebody out or something like that, highly recommend picking one of these up. I mean, when you need it, you're gonna need it. Now this normally comes in at $25.99. However, I found it on sale for $19.99. And for most of these things, if you find them at the right time, you can find them on a discounted price. But I picked this up for 20 bucks. Normally it's 25. Right. Now, moving on to the next thing. This is a 4-piece pry bar installer kit. They're made, says out of nylon. These I actually didn't pick up this go around to Harbor Freight whenever I was making this. I've had these for probably about 6 months now, and I can't even count how many times I have used these to get people's keys out of their car to be able to assist with kind of prying the door away from the frame to be able to stick whatever tool I'm using down into the door. But these come in at $8.49 at the time of making this video, and I will say, like I said, I've used these countless times and they have worked great for the job. These I actually just used this morning in conjunction with that air wedge tool to be able to get somebody's keys out of their car. I kind of use these to pry down to be able to give me enough space to stick that air wedge down into the door, pump it up, and then we're good from there. But I highly recommend picking these up for anybody needing a car or truck EDC kit. These things come in super handy. Okay, next up on the list is this Viking 4 amp battery charger and maintainer. This can actually serve multiple different purposes, as it will for me. One, if your battery runs dead, let's say you're in winter time in North Dakota, a lot of people's batteries die if they don't have a battery blanket or something like that keeping it warm. This thing could come in handy charging your battery back up to be able to get you back out on the road. For me, it's going to serve that as well as another purpose, and that is to charge my battery that I have in the bed of my truck, that I have my lights for my camper topper mounted up to or hooked up to. This is going to be something that prior to any camping trips that I'm going to take or anything like that, go ahead and hook this up, charge that battery up all the way to the 12 volts, make sure it has plenty of charge for the 2 or 3 days that I'm going to be camping for, and then we can be good to go, and I don't have to worry about that thing running dead. I've only got 2 lights running from it, so 12 volts should be plenty enough to be able to keep me up for 2 or 3 days. However, if not, this thing will come in handy. And next up on the list is literally just duct tape. I got this for $4.79. I didn't realize duct tape was that pricey. Like, it's not super expensive, but I'd imagine this would be cheaper. But anyway, came in at $4.79, and I mean, it's duct tape. It's always nice to have. I don't really have to talk much about it. If you've ever needed duct tape, you know how, nice it is to have it when you need it. And along with that, duct tape is just electrical tape. If you're doing any kind of wiring job, you have exposed wires or anything like that when you're done, electrical tape always comes in handy to kind of wrap that up, keep that protected, keep anybody from getting shot. This was $179. I picked up another one just to keep in my garage because I've needed it in the past, but I will also keep a roll of this. This is a 60-foot roll, so I'll keep some of this in my truck EDC kit also. Now, an honorable mention that didn't come from Harbor Freight, this should be free if you've already got one, is a wire clothes hanger. I've used this 3 times in the past 2 or 3 weeks when unlocking people's cars that lock themselves out. Literally all it is a wire clothes hanger. I cut right at the base of the hook, lengthened it out to make it, as straight as possible, and then bent the very end of it where the hook is to put a piece of duct tape sticky side out to give me a little bit more grip when I stick it down in the door and either flick the lock open or open the door handle, whichever one it is. But this thing has stayed in my truck since the first time I've used it, and that's not going to change anytime soon. This thing has came in absolutely handy, and like I said, it should be free if you've already got a wire clothes hanger. Take some pliers or something like that, cut the very end of it, lengthen it out, and you've got a good car door unlocking tool. Now, getting to what I talked about earlier in the video that I plan on getting but don't actually have. Number one is a tarp, and that's just because tarps are so versatile. They can be used for so many different things. If you have to do any kind of work on your vehicle, if the ground's wet or anything like that, lay out a tarp, keep yourself dry while you're working on, whatever it is you're working on, and you'll be good to go. If you're camping, you can use it as a canopy, hook it up to the top of your vehicle, kind of splay it out, hook it up on the other 2 ends, higher up in the air to where you can make a little bit of a canopy, set a chair up under it. You've got shade, you've got protection from the rain, whichever use it may be for. So I do plan on picking up a tarp. Now, next up on the list is what I was talking about earlier with the smaller bungee cords. Just getting the more sturdy rubber bungee cords to where I can hook around the battery that's in the bed of my truck, keep it from sliding around and everything like that. And plus, I think they come in like a 5-pack, so I'll have 4 more to use for whatever it is I need. And last but not least is a tow strap. And the reason I plan on getting a tow strap in conjunction with the recovery strap that I have is because the recovery strap only has loops at the end. So like I can loop it on the end of my truck on the ball to be able to pull somebody out. However, not everybody's vehicle has something like that to where I can loop it around. So the tow strap that I plan on getting has hooks on both ends to where, if I need to hook it on a certain spot on somebody's truck or car and then hook it on one of the holes on my trailer hitch, I can pull them out perfectly fine just like that. But it'll kind of give me another option to go to if I need to pull somebody out and the recovery strap necessarily ain't the best tool for the job. That's what this video is about with my truck EDC kit, is just having the right tool for the right job. Now, with that being said, that's going to conclude the video and what I plan on including in my EDC kit for my truck. Now, y'all in y'all's massive wisdom probably are thinking about something that I didn't include in this video that y'all think I should include in my kit. If that is the case, please drop that down in the comment box below. I'm always looking to improve everything that I have, kind of to be able to have those right tools for those right jobs and make sure that whenever I get called for somebody in need, I can help them and get them out of that need. With that being said, please, like I said, drop any comments down below with anything I may have missed so I can take that into consideration and maybe I'll add it to my kit. Now, later on, I plan on making my truck into a, kind of camping rig, kind of upgrading piece by piece on my truck to be able to make it more suitable for camping. That's why I have that battery with the lights hooked up on my camper topper. That's kind of the start of everything. This is going to be included in that. However, if y'all have any gear in mind that y'all think would be good for a camping rig truck, please let me know. I'm trying to go ahead and get everything planned out for what I want to get. It may take a little bit of time. However, any insight to anybody that does any kind of truck camping or anything like that would be highly, highly appreciated. But that's all I got for you in this video. I will see y'all in the very next video. Till next time, I love you. God loves you. Y'all have a very blessed rest of y'all's day.